Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to another video of me talking about every single character in Don't Starve. Don't Starve. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about, of course, everyone's favorite spider, Mr. Weber. So of course, Mr. Weber. We start our tale as Mr. Weber appears, as you may guess, as a spider. And, I mean, in many ways, he seems like an ordinary spider, or humanoid spider. But there is a dark and terrible secret that lies within Mr. Weber. For, you see, Mr. Weber is not exactly a humanoid spider. In fact, he is a kid. So allow me to tell you the story of Mr. Weber and how he kind of came to be. Weber was once a little boy, a child who, I suppose, and I would guess, was once exploring the woods and eventually, got attacked by a spider. Which that spider tried to eat him a long time ago, that spider tried to eat him quite a long time ago, and he lived inside of a spider. Obviously, at some point, the boy evolved into the spider that we know today. Weber, of course, is nicknamed the Indigestible, which means that he has a few special abilities that most other Don't Starve players have. If you have noticed my inventory, or should I say, the inventory, you probably have noticed that I have 2 monster meat available to me. These monster meat I will explain later on. But as far as Weber goes, in order to recently to get to know a little bit more about Weber, Weber was a kid who became a humanoid spider, I suppose through evolution. And through evolution, eventually he got shunned by everyone in Don't Starve, and, of course, through Don't Starve, not through Don't Starve, but many people learned to despise him, and thought of him as a spider. I suppose at some point in the future of time, over being hated and, of course, despised by very many people, he eventually ran into Maxwell. Maxwell promised him to turn him back into the normal boy that he once was. Obviously, this was a diabolical plan by Maxwell to throw him into the Don't Starve world, which is where he resided for a long time. We know Weber came before everyone else in the Don't Starve world, because he has, we unlock him in the original Don't Starve Range Giants. We unlock him by burying his skull into a grave. By burying his skull into a grave, we unlock him and we revive Mr. Weber. But, what about his stats, you may ask me, Accureye? Accureye here has you covered. His stats are as follows. His health is at 175. His hunger is at 175. And his sanity lies at a mere 100. I suppose this mere 100 sanity is due to the fact that he was once a child who mutated into the humanoid spider, or the spider that we know today. Which would explain, of course, why his eyes moved every once in a while. His eyes moved every once in a while because the spider that he became, or the spider that he evolved from, is still very much alive. And is still very much aware of the surroundings and his surroundings that he's in. But what about his special abilities, you may ask? And what the heck makes him an easy character to survive if you watched my previous video about all the characters? Well, allow me to explain. The reason he's easy to survive, because much like Mr. Wilson, who we talked about in yesterday's video, he can grow a silky smooth beard. Unlike the beard of Mr. Wilson, Mr. Weber grows a beard made out of silk. This silk beard basically is, as you will, a great way to earn yourself some silk, and of course, get silk. But how do you unlock, but how does it fare against Wilson's beard? Well, allow me to answer that for you. Wilson's beard is the short at first, will provide you with beard hair, which beard hair is very useful for creating meat effigies and stuff like that. But I won't be talking about that here in this video. I am going to be focusing more on the differences and the similarities between Wilson's beard and Weber's beard. Weber's beard, of course, gives you silk. Wilson's beard gives you beard hair. But there are some major differences between Wilson's beard and Weber's beard. Wilson's beard, of course, will give you a longer installation time than Weber's beard. Weber's beard, at just a mere 3 days, gives you 11 seconds of installation and 1 silk. And 1 silk if you were to shave it. At 6 days, Wilson or Weber gains himself a long beard, which gives you 3 silk. And a mere 33.75 seconds of insulation. So about 33 seconds of insulation. And as you can see there, his special ability is he can step on spider webs and not be attacked by spiders, because spiders are his friend. And yes, that is true. Spiders are his friend. And of course, at 9 days, he gains a silky smooth beard, which gives you 6 silk and 101.5 seconds, so about 101 seconds of insulation throughout the entire day of the day. Which means, just like Wilson, he can live off just a winter hat and a thermal stone, or a beefalo hat and a thermal stone, and you almost never have to worry about him. Of course, running out of, running through winter being freezing cold. But with that being said, what about his special abilities, his special perks? Well, as you saw earlier in the video, one of his special perks is he's neutral to spiders. Because spiders believe he's a spider, he's neutral to spiders, and spiders honestly will not attack him. With that being said, though, there is a downside, and of course he can step on spider webs without activating them or getting spiders to attack him. And of course, when you feed meat, just like pigs, when you feed meat to a spider, the spider will become your friend. So you can, in general, recruit a massive army of spiders to help you throughout the entirety of your Don't Starve career. There is one downside about Mr. Weber, though. The downside of Mr. Weber is that pigs do not like him. Yes, pigs. Everyone's favorite animal in Don't Starve do not like him. Pigs do not like him, which means in general you cannot recruit pigs to be part of your team, and this is very unfortunate for being Weber and whatnot. Another disadvantage of his is the fact that raccoons will hate him. Raccoons do not like Mr. Weber, and just like the pigs, they believe that he's a spider, so they will attack him. This means that raccoons are not going to be your friends, and if you decide to live near the pig village, or if you're playing with friends and you are Weber, then Weber may have to build his own base outside the pig village just to stay safe from the pigs. But with that being said, what are some of the other advantages of Weber? Well, as I've said before, if you have noticed my inventory, you'd probably notice that Weber has 2 monster meat on his side. What does this mean? Well, with 2 monster meat, Weber can eat stuff like monster meat with no ill effects. Of course, this means that Weber can, survive off hunting his brother or sister spiders and have no ill effects to it, aka food poisoning or an untimely demise. He can also eat monster lasagna, which, as you may or may not know, monster lasagna is deadly for most other players. But with Weber, this is almost of no issue. Weber will eat monster lasagna with no issue and have no ill effects. So this means your food choices are actually quite high and quite palatable overall. This means that you have multiple choices, and your food will almost always be of something that you could eat. Now, obviously, with that being said, in many ways, there are some other downsides with Weber besides what I've already told you. But with that being said, I mean, in general, I would say that Weber is a very interesting and easy character to play as. He is fun. He doesn't require a lot of pickiness, I guess you could say. And of course, he doesn't really require you to to be picky about your choices overall and in general. But with that being said, I hope you've learned a little bit more about our friend, Mr. Weber, and hopefully this has helped you get a better idea of should you play as Weber, should you be Weber in the game. And in my opinion, it all depends on your playstyle, how you like, what you like, and of course what you want to do. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for joining me on this video, and hopefully this has helped you get a little more idea of our good friend Mr. Weber, and of course helped you decide if Weber is the choice for you to play as. Obviously, I don't like playing Weber that much, but Weber is an enjoyable playthrough if you decide that you want to be friends with the spiders over being friends with the pigs. But with that being said, thank you everyone for joining me on this video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everyone for joining me. If you didn't like this video, well, you can hit the R button. But thank you everyone for joining me. And you can join me live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. If you want to join me there for something competitive, or maybe something like Don't Starve every once in a while, then feel free to join me live on Twitch. I am trying to make a 6-day-a-week schedule, potentially, which will be Monday and Tuesday being 2-hour or so streams. And then, of course, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday being about 4 to 6 hour stream. Lately, I've been doing about 5 hours. And Sunday will be an up-in-the-air possible bonus stream. But with that being said, thank you everyone for joining me. And until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.